Welcome to Family Virtual Storytime. Today we're going to be reading 3 stories illustrated by the same person. The illustrator's name is Christian Robinson. I'm excited to read these stories and see his fun drawings and creations. I'm also excited about a fun Craft It corner we have coming up and a new segment called a field trip. Maybe we'll take a field trip to see some of these illustrations in person. So let's start. Our first story today is called The Smallest Girl in the Smallest Grade, and it's written by Justin Roberts and illustrated by Christian Robinson. Hardly anyone noticed young Sally McCabe. She was the smallest girl in the smallest grade. Can you see her? Sure, her name could be heard on the daily roll call, and she marched with her books down the same school hall, but hardly anyone noticed young Sally McCabe. And they certainly didn't know, or at least didn't mention, that Sally was paying super extra special attention. To the abandoned kite with the tangled string, to the 27 keys on the janitor's ring, to the leaves as they turned green to gold in the fall, to the time Tommy Trino was tripped in the hall. She watched as the wildflowers tipped toward the light and heard the howl of a hound dog late one night. She was there when the stray cats who normally fought conducted a meeting in the church parking lot. Look at all those cats. She really notices things, doesn't she? She saw Kevin McCoon get pushed off a slide and the oncoming tears that he wanted to hide. Oh, Kevin. And she'll never forget that parent-teacher day when Billy's much larger father suddenly dragged him away. But through all the mean words and all the cold stares, no one even noticed that Sally was there. And they certainly didn't know, or at least didn't mention, that Sally was paying super extra special attention. She'd seen how a whisper could make someone cower like a bulldozer crushing through fields of wildflowers. And it kept piling up, this discard debris, those beautiful kites tangled in trees. So on February 3rd at 11:29, Sally stepped straight out of the lunchroom line. There's Sally. What's she gonna do? She said, "I'm tired of seeing this terrible stuff. Stop hurting each other. This is enough." Now a few laughed out loud, or didn't care, that there was some girl with her hand in the air. But then something super extra special happened that day as Howard O'Henry suddenly set down his tray. Like waves rolling in, one after another. First Molly rose up, then Michael's twin brother. It was Tyrone and Terrence and Amanda and Paul who pushed out of their chairs and stretched their arms tall. Look, they're all coming together. From the friendly lunch lady with the dishes she carted to the new 3rd grade teacher who had only recently started. Yes, everyone there, even Principal Claire, had joined little Sally with their fingers in the air. Everyone coming together. And though hound dogs were destined to howl at night, and most stray cat meetings would still end up as fights, and kites would continue to get stuck in the trees, they all felt, for a moment, like the janitor's keys, fastened together with a heavy steel ring that held all the secrets to unlock everything. As the world returned to the way that it was, Sally noticed the difference, as she usually does, when Billy paused briefly to open the door for Mrs. O'Connell and 17 more, or when Molly scooched over to make some space on the coral riser for Ellen and Grace. these moments that often get taken for granted of wildflower appearing that no one had planted. The swings soon resumed their rhythm and sway, and day turned to night, and night turned to day. People remembered and would quite often mention that Sally had been paying super extra attention, and how the world could transform and a change could be made by the smallest girl in the smallest grade. And that's the end of our story, The Smallest Girl in the Smallest Grade. Wow, isn't that great how Sally was able to make a difference in her class? How she was able to speak up and change some attitudes and bring people together. That's really an amazing story. Well, let's see what happens in an upcoming Craft It with Miss Taylor.
Hey everybody, this is Taylor with the Marathon County Public Library, and I am here today to talk to you about this month's Grab and Go activity. It is a craft stick launcher. So you can pick up a bag at any MCPL location this whole month, and in it, it'll have supplies and instructions for you. So if you open up your bag, you will have 4 craft sticks, a straw piece, some marbles or some buttons, a rubber band, and a Q-tip. So you're gonna start by hot gluing the 2 together to make the crossbow, like that. And then you will glue on 2 marbles on the ends, your straw piece, and then configure the rubber band to make it launch. So let's give this a try. Okay, so there is our activity for February. Feel free to pick one up at any MCPL location and have fun with your new craft stick launcher.
Our second story today is called Rain, and the story is by Linda Ashman and again illustrated by Christian Robinson. Oh, look at all that rain. Rain, rain, rain everywhere. Rain. But then to the little boy, rain. Oh, for the man, he's putting on his nasty galoshes and his blasted overcoat. And with a hat, there goes my hair. But then the mom asks, is it raining cats and dogs? And the boy responds, no, it's raining frogs and pollywogs. Hippity hop, hippity hop. Good morning, sir. Hardly. Oh, a puddle. And then, good morning, young man. Ribbit, ribbit. He ribbited right over that puddle. Who's having fun in this story? Enjoy your paper, sir. Just more bad news. But look, the other people are having a good day. Hippity hop, hop hop, hoppity hop. Are you a frog? Look at him have so much fun. Finally, it looks like they've both gone to the Rain or Shine Cafe. We're here. Coffee? Black. That's what the man wants. But what do you think the kid wants? I think the little boy wants cocoa and cookies, please. And look, they're being served. But does the man look happy? I don't think so. But does the boy? Yes, he says, yum, delicious. Everyone enjoys hot cocoa. And, oops, sorry. But the man says, watch out. The boy says, ribbit. And look, he's trying to give him a little cookie. That's very kind. Since the cookie's still there, I don't think the man took it. But look, he forgot his hat. His hat, the boy says. Look, the boy's grabbing his hat and going after him. Hey, wait, sir. You? And look, the boy puts on the hat to pretend he's the grumpy man. And he says, you? And then the boy gives him his hat. But wait, the man says, That one too. Mine, says the boy. Look, the man puts on his frog hat. And then, Ribbit, he does take the cookie. Yum, says the man. I think he's a bit happier now, don't you? Bye-bye, says the boy. Welcome back, sir. Ribbit. Oh, look, the man jumps over the puddle now. And that's the end of Rain. Wow, isn't that great? I love seeing how a different person's perspective and personality can help make someone happier, just like this little boy did for the older man. Well, I'm so excited that we've been reading some stories all illustrated by the same person. Wouldn't it be great to see some of them in person? Well, maybe you will in an upcoming field trip. But for now, let's finish up today with one more story. Our last story today is called Little Penguins, and the words are by Cynthia Ryland, and once again, illustrated by Christian Robinson. Oh, look, all the penguins and their friends. Wow, they live down where it's cold and there's ice, right? Lots of snow. Snowflakes. Many, many snowflakes. Winter's coming. Wow, look, they have their igloo, their sleds. Looks like a lot of snow. Mittens. Many mittens. Look, they're wearing their green mittens and their red mittens, their blue mittens. It's important to cover your hands, right? And of course, matching scarves. They have their green and their blue and their red and their white. And socks. One for each foot. But what about boots? Red ones. Wow, they're really getting dressed to go outside and play in the snow. So, how's the snow? Look, they're having fun. One fell in the snow. They're about to sled. I think they are enjoying it. It's deep. Wow, look how deep the snow is. But they're having fun. They're going down the hillside. And then it gets deeper and very deep. Oh, this one fell in the snow. Must be very deep out there. Wait, where's Mama? Oh no, they've gone away from home? Oh, there's Mama. She's on her way. Oh good, they're all gonna play together. But brr, it's cold. Let's go home. And look, they're all going back up to their home. Sometimes it does get cold outside when you're playing, right? In the door and off with the scarves and off with the boots and off with the mittens and off with everything that they put on to stay warm. When they have their jammies on, it's warm cookies, please, and sippies. Thank you. It's always good to have a warm treat. And then wrap up tight and watch the night. Look, they're all in their beds, snuggled up for the night. Winter is here. Wow, look at all the snowflakes. But the penguins are tucked tight in their igloo for the night. And that's the end of Little Penguins. Well, I've really enjoyed reading stories all illustrated by Christian Robinson today. And you know, you can see some of his illustrations in person too. Why don't you join me for a field trip to our local museum, the Yawkey Woodson Art Museum, and we can see the exhibition, What Might You Do? The Art of Christian Robinson. Well, we would like to end today with a treat just for you. Just like you can come into the library to browse for books illustrated by Christian Robinson, you can also go to our local museum, the Yawkey Woodson Art Museum, and see his exhibit in person. Come on with me and let's go on a field trip to see it.
Visit the Woodson Art Museum to see your favorite Christian Robinson book illustrations come to life through original artworks and hands-on art activities now through February 27th. Christian likes to create pictures with construction paper, glue, crayons, paint, and colored pencils, just like you.
I
I think I recognize this book. Looking at the illustrations in here, I wonder how Christian Robinson made some of the snow look so soft and fluffy in his pictures. But if I take a look at the original artwork in the galleries, I can tell that they're tiny bits of ripped paper. I wonder what this is.
This is called a storyboard. Artists like Christian Robinson use storyboards to plan out their ideas before they make the illustrations for their books.
So you're saying what's in here started out on here?
Yeah, it's where they plan out their ideas before they make them come to life, like a sketchbook.
These side-by-side illustrations from the book Rain are some of my favorites. An illustration is a picture in a book that helps tell a story. And here we see two people getting ready for their day, side by side. It's almost like in a movie if you could have the screen with two different stories at the same time. They're getting their coats ready and their shoes before they head out for the day.
Look for familiar art materials, stories, and characters in the artwork on view, and explore new ideas in Art Park, the museum's interactive gallery. Tell a story using colorful shapes and movable words on magnet boards. Create illustrations of the people, animals, and places that you'd want to see in a book.
Was looking at the museum soon.
Wow, that was great. I so enjoyed seeing illustrations of Christian Robinson's in person. Thank you so much, Yawkey Woodson Art Museum, for taking us on that guided tour. Well, I hope that you and your family are able to stop by the museum to see the What Might You Do? The Art of Christian Robinson exhibit before it closes on February 27th. Thanks for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed all of our stories and the illustrations, and we'll see you next time.